second at IEM with very little practice. They looked fantastic there. And those results kept up for a bit. You know, that is kind of one way I think you could look at this. Is this roster change now going to be kind of the second coming of Faze, right?
Well, we will find out. We are going to get into Cash. It's the first map. We do have Overpass up next as well. Faze Clan side on the CT side by the looks of things, and G2, they're going to have a Deagle, of course. It's MBK. He might have a decent spawn. I'll just check in with him. He does have a very good spawn indeed. He's heading towards B, and we'll see if they can find that opening frag. And I'll have a look at the CT setup as well. 2-on-2 for now, as the T's are looking to boost up towards middle.
Yeah, they're going to be taking it very, very slowly. But Rain, he's already started to force the issue, pushing on through, finds MBK, goes in for a little bit more, and Apex will be picked up as well. So a two-man advantage taken early on as a commanding lead does come out of the gates here for Faze. Exactly how they'd want their CT side to kick off. Rain still hungry for a little bit more. Tries going hunting over a mid. It's going to mean that Kenny and the rest of the guys, they have been spotted. And olof, there we go. The ex-Fnatic player going to be stepping up over a mid. Gets himself one, leaving this now on Shocks and Body. As already, with a minute and 5 seconds left, they've been relegated into a 2v5.
Seeing Body, well, now just Body. olof with a lovely shot there. Always been very good with the silenced USPs. Rain with 2 frag this round. olof also with a couple himself. Body, the last player remaining. Not anymore. GuardiaN, a clean sweep for Faze Clan. That's very convincing, I have to say. We know it's an incredibly skilled lineup. Just look at the names down the left-hand side of your screen. You've got Rain, GuardiaN, Karrigan, Nico, olof. So much firepower here, and a nice message to send out to the French side there. There will be a force buy, of course, from G2. No bomb going down in that pistol, and we'll see whether they can cause any sort of damage here. This is one of the points Chad is making, that G2 are very good with the force buys, the Deagles, the CZs, and we'll see whether they live up to that reputation as we go into round number 2 here. Just more of a default formation for now. MBK towards Squeaky Door, Kenny S holding towards A main. No one really bringing much to the table just yet, but smoke for Shoxy. They will be potentially using that towards Highway, maybe go towards the A side. We can see Nico boosted up for now. He'll be trying to spray them down with the FAMAS in hand.
Karrigan, he's looking curious as to what that Squeaky could have in store, but isn't too keen to go pushing in just yet, while the rest of G2, they're lining up outside the B-bomb site. Gonna go ahead and throw back the bombers. Body and Shocks, they're ready to try and make this work. Apex gonna be joining them, and now they're just warming up on the outside of the site. GuardiaN and Rain, the 2 players to try and hold this back. The newest addition to the roster, waiting within the site. GuardiaN peeks out, he only takes one, gonna get completely annihilated there from Body. Rain trying to trade things out, he's gonna fall short, as well as Shocks now picks up one of his own. The Deg on Kenny doing some work as olof, he's the first man on the scene. Damage being done. Won't be enough though. Bomb does go down for G2. And while Faze, they're going to be coming into this 3v4. They're a man down. The bomb has been ticking away for quite some time. They have to try and move quickly here, and with so little utility, they currently find themselves locked out of the site. Nico has to take his time over in mid, and this round is very, very far gone. They're going to try pushing on through. Karrigan and olof both fall. Now it's all on Nico. 1 versus 3, trying to step up with the FAMAS. Able to take the first, still has more work left to do. He's going to be kept back, and this will be the round to go the way of G2.
There it is. I asked the question at the start of the round, Harry. Could G2 do anything with this force buy? Got a very strong reputation as to being very good with the Deagles, the CZs, and the P250s. And my God, do they deliver towards that B-bomb site. Simple smoke towards CT spawn, hitting the first shots there and running over Faze. And always a gutting round to give away. And now will be 1-1. I'm sure we'll see a force buy in return, though. Faze, it'll be Nico and olof with FAMAS in hand, and then they're up at 3. They've got themselves Deagles. GuardiaN really joining in with these force buys as well. It's not common to see the AWPer really go in as deep as his teammates, but he's gone all in, hoping they can win this round. If they do not, he won't have the AWP for quite some time. Number 3. And I'm sure that G2 will be very patient with this one, but not patient enough. It's Rain finding that first headshot there. Lovely shot towards the B storage area. Takes down Body, and now it's a 5-on-4. Won't be able to recover a weapon just yet, I do not believe. So he'll have to hold up for a little bit longer, but that was a nice play.
Yeah, they're desperate to try and claim this lead back already. It was Rain to put that plan into action as Nico and olof, the 2 players with the rifles, await down in mid. GuardiaN's rotated in as well, so there is going to be the 3-man hold on middle. Apex, he's the one sneaking on up. Meanwhile, NBK gonna fall prey to Nico. Kenny takes one more of his own. They're gonna try and continue this push out in mid, but Nico's being a real force to be reckoned with. Takes himself a second. Kenny has to try and trade this out. He has himself the M4. Support gonna be coming in from Shox, who now starts to walk over to B. They're gonna try and move into this, but Rain, he's lurking down in checkers, just biding his time with the Deeg. Has to be cautious because Shox is sneaking on round. He is wary of the prospect, and they've also rotated in Nico to try and help. 25 seconds left. Push looking out to try and come through. Kenny gets spotted out over in vents. Nico drops the bomb within the site, and it all falls onto Kenny. 1v4. Able to find the first. Looks to try and get more work done, but it looks like FaZe should be able to pull this round back.
Well, there it is. Anything you can do, I can do better. FaZe managed to keep 3 players alive there with their force buy. They did have a couple of FAMAs to work there. Nico and Olof Meister with the strong rifles there, and considered some of the best rifles in the world. So there's no surprise they can get some serious work done there. There was Rain, who pushed towards B storage. That burst Deagle headshot he got was all the way in towards C spawn. He rattled body at the very start there, and it's going to be a force buy in return, Harry. This is pandemonium right now. We'll see what happens as we go into round number 4. A couple of AKs, Kenny S and Body with those. No one wanting to give in just yet. They want to keep force buying back and denying any sort of cash to be made by the CT side. Another boost potentially for Nico this time, I think. He's got the silence and forward, makes sense. Up he goes. Carrigan enables one of his best fraggers to get into a strong position here against these Deagles. An AK combo.
Yeah, back and forth. Forget everything you thought you knew about G2 and FaZe right now, as you said exactly 2 AKs brought up here for G2 for them to try and work with, but last time it was the pistols that were wreaking all the havoc. So the boost has been employed. Nico, he's stuck up on it out on the A bomb site. They're also going to be sticking up one of the AKs in mid. That's Kenny. We know he's one of the best AWPers in the world. Now he's going to try and utilize these rifles at range 2. They focused on mid a good bit in the previous round. This time there's only one man there to watch out for it. He is going to jump on down, but it's Rain in B. Spots through the smoke. Shox has fallen, and that was also the bomb drop. They're going to have to go ahead and pick that up with only 40 seconds left. This push looking to try and come underway. Rain falls back more passively into B, and GuardiaN's going to be holding this from headshot.
Yeah, that's a really nice play from Rain. They've got the kill, running down the timer, as you can see, 30 seconds here. Enabling crossfires, they've got the advantage, don't want to give that away. We have BX2 to finish off here for G2. I don't think they can win this round, but let's see whether they can find the next kill.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky. They have to try and land their shots. And Apex, first man to fall. Olof Meister stepping up from heaven, takes 2 and a third as he relegates the Frenchman on 2 and Eco in this round. They've got nothing left. Apex, he can maybe go for a pistol, but other than that, they're going to be scrounging around for what they can. Faze Clan take 2 in a row, and that will finally be G2's economy compromised.
Yep, someone's going to have to give up at this point. We did have a very exciting kickoff to this game. It's no surprise either. FaZe versus G2. So much skill available on the server. There's going to be force buys all over the shop, but FaZe Clan now with a huge advantage in terms of going up against the Glocks. A couple of upgraded pistols there. We can see Apex with the Desert Eagle. No armor spotted though, or flashbangs or smoke grenades. So not really much they can do with this round. It's one of the rounds we don't really expect too much of. We're not getting too excited. It's almost guaranteed that FaZe will be winning this one, unless Apex have had a couple of headshots here, which is unlikely. Now they know that the Eagle's boosted towards middle. You don't really have to work too hard here. Just sit on the bomb sites, deny them planting the bomb. You can get a little bit, I don't know, maybe carried away sometimes in the CD side and try and hump with the frag as soon as you hear those Glocks going off, but it's best just to concentrate on the bigger picture and try and keep all 5 players alive. Nice work from Olof Meister.
Yeah, he's just going to keep tapping away over in middle. GuardiaN takes 1, and Shox and MBK over here with their Glocks out in Squeaky. Won't be lasting much longer. There you go, Carrigan mops them up. FaZe, they take a nice easy 4-1. Not overextending there, as you said. Good merit to not go ahead and lose anything out to the Glocks. They had the 1 CZ, I think it was, brought up, and GuardiaN, well, now he's got himself the AWP, and there isn't going to be one up for Kenny.
That's the problem with the force buy mentality, Harry. If you keep doing that, you limit yourselves. I was scared when GuardiaN and co were doing it, but they managed to win their rounds. G2, unfortunately, not. We know Kenny S, one of the world's best AWPers right now. He's a good rifler as well, I'll give him that. He's not going to be completely limited here. He's still useful with the AK-47. But we're going to see a boost up here. I think it's Rain heading towards the vents, and he'll be patrolling towards middle with his teammates as well. It's looking quite promising for the CTs here. Actually, quite a lot of mid presence. Carrigan, Olof Meister, Rain in the vents as well. Trying to battle at the very start, but nothing really coming in from G2. Haven't deployed any of their smokes just yet. Still have 5 of those up. Just trying to bleed out the CTs and try and get some sort of information as to where they may be set up.
a bit of the old bait and switch over mid. You have the crossfire between olof and Rain. Rain being the vent player, he can just stay hidden and then peek out when they try to come through, or he can take the duel and then rely on olof to come ahead and help him out. For the time being, G2 just trying to get a feel exactly for where FaZe are playing this. And Body, he's holding the push into B. You've got MBK over in Squeaky. Carrigan's going to be there waiting for him. And well, the bomb slowly but surely making its way into main, along with two other players here for G2. Shox, Apex, and Kenny looking to try and be the spearhead on this force with MBK to help them out from Squeaky. Leaving Body over in middle. Nico boosted up. He can spot the heads of these players as they come in. Has to try and assist Carrigan. Fast rotate able to come in from olof as well. And now the push underway. Start to make their way on through. Nico peeks up, finds the first. No trade in sight, so the man advantage taken. Carrigan tapping away. That's the bomb dropped out in the open. And now G2, they have to try and get a move on here. olof is doing damage as he finds one more, and Kenny, the only man able to get anything done, coming in. Out through main, he loses Body in middle, leaving him in the 1v4. It's not looking good here for G2 as he desperately tries to claw this one back. Over by Quad, finds the first, but Nico instantly trades him out, and that'll be FaZe soldiering forward with a fifth.
Yeah, pretty nice round there from FaZe. Generally looking quite strong. Nothing too flashy, didn't push for any frags at the very start, but Rain getting some basic information towards B storage, managing to find a couple of frags and funnel them towards the A side of the map. We did see smokes deployed, but there's nice synergy there between Carrigan and Nico on the A side generally, looking like they could actually call for each other when the smokes were coming in, drop the incendiaries as well. Flashbangs were good, and G2, not the best execution there, very basic from them as well. We go into round number 7, and we're going to have Deagles and a P250. MBK with some body over, but no nades, and that should have been an easy kill for GuardiaN, but he gets his head blown off. We know the pistols are strong here for G2. Now the pressure applied towards Rain.
Yeah, Rain's going to try and hold out as the push starts to come on through. MBK still all the way over in Squeaky, and this could mean that they're going to try and push that bomb back or have him come in on the lurk. Well, the orb gets dropped, juggled over to Kenny now. Bomb rotating back around as MBK calls that the A bomb site is open, and FaZe, they've gone and stuck everyone in B. And while they have enough time to rotate players back, it's MBK who's going to cause them a world of problems. Waiting over by truck. Carrigan sneaking on through. Could get caught with the knife out. 15 HP. He's going to fall prey to MBK as he finds the first. He's going to keep the A bomb site clear. And now the plant can come in. Great round from G2 thus far. Kenny has himself the AWP, and that's his weapon of choice as he starts to turn his attention over towards Highway. Nico quickly beheads him, finds the opener, but MBK pivots back round. Turns this entire round on its head. olof left in the 1v2, has to be careful as MBK awaits him over on Highway. Shox in A main. The crossfire set up, and it'll be MBK to finish it. Single-handedly carries that round forward for G2 with a triple.
Yeah, loving that from MBK, and once again it's G2 finding another round there with pistols. They're yet to do it with the rifles, but you can't argue with the prowess of the Desert Eagle. Very good stuff from MBK. They started finding kills towards the B bomb, so I have to take GuardiaN. He should be hitting that shot all day long. Fair enough, it was lovely from G2 to take his head off, but that seemed like a pretty standard AWP shot to me. And then once that starts happening, FaZe over-rotate. MBK sneaks in towards the A side, finds one kill, and as we saw, getting towards that CT struck, stopping the rotations, allowing his teammates to get in nice and clean, finding 3 kills in total. Still have a buy here for G2, and of course FaZe as well. Double AWP set up for the FaZe Clan, Nico and GuardiaN. What a disgusting combo that potentially could be. We'll see how that works out for them. And G2 back with the Kenny S AWP is what we wanted to see. GuardiaN versus Kenny S. It's going to be one of the best AWP duels we can possibly have.
Yeah, Nico's actually over on A with the second AWP for the CT side. He's the man we're going to see spring into action first. As right now, GuardiaN, he waits down in mid. So Nico versus Kenny, not quite the AWP duel we were expecting, but it's the one that we're going to end up seeing first here out on A. That is, unless G2 have a change of heart, which it looks like they might. Starting to fall back. Going to try boosting a player up in mid. It's olof for FaZe to try and keep these guys at bay. He's going to start to fall back. If they peek now, they would catch him out, so he falls back over to white box. Pop flash comes through. Apex takes the close peek, clears all that out. Rest of the gang now start to try and peek on over, and G2 looking like they're going to try and switch things up. Apex finds the first, nice quick flick. Clearly, he's warmed up after being back from the holidays. Carrigan trying to trade, finds the first, looks for more, but Kenny is there, quick on the trigger, trades it back in favor of G2. And now it's all eyes on Rain and GuardiaN in B. they can make all the difference.
Yeah, Body's heard them though. Oh, he hits that shot and she gets 2 frags. It's not meant to be. Trying to make up for it now, finds the shot on Rain. That's quite nice, I have to say. Now it's a 4-on-2. GuardiaN once again missing shots, Harry. It's not looking too good, but Nico on the other hand, that's looking glorious. He's got the bomb and he's denied it as well. Look at the time. He just needs to stay alive. 1 second, he's actually done it. Out of nowhere, when the round was falling apart, it was a 4 versus 1 situation and GT's got a little bit carried away there. A long default at the start, and we saw it build up. We thought, okay, missed shots from GuardiaN, this round is done. Nico try and save it at AWP, but somehow he sneaks his 2 frags in, and that was the key moment there. They dropped the bomb by itself. It was, the coordination was off. That was a lack of communication, and this is what we described last season. After the player break, some massive mistakes are usually made, and that was just a lapse of concentration, I think, for the G2 side.
Yeah, I could tell you still had hope in your voice, and I was trying to signal that the time was low,
Yeah.
and then you know, the penny dropped.
I saw it.
There you go, that's it all over in that round at least. The buy can come in once again. Kenny's back on the AWP, but right now it's not doing too much for them. Gonna try and turn their attention once again out towards A. Nico's within the site, gonna have the AWP in hand. Kenny takes the peek on out. Doesn't spot anything straight away. That Molotov denies his presence over in quad. They
Missed that.
Yeah, they missed 2. The second one kind of saves them. Nico relegated back, smoked off. Karrigan's made his way up through highway. They're going to be pushing on in, and they've completely bypassed the players holding the site. Nico on the AWP, replicating these heroics once again. He's taken 2 as he looks to try and win Faze Clan. Another impossible round. Karrigan, meanwhile, chiming in from highway. They do manage to deal with Nico, but it's GuardiaN now to step up with 2 more, and that will be Faze in with their 7th. These AWPs right now are on fire.
Yeah, Cash is one of my favorite maps. Had the double AWP set up there. And Nico, had a bit of a question mark around him. I was wondering, can he step up? We know he's been on holiday for a while, hasn't really touched the game that much. Last few days he's been playing, but that AWP is looking crispy, I have to say. And GuardiaN finally hitting a few impressive shots there as well, rotating in from that B bomb site. A is just on lockdown right now. G2 have only won rounds with the pistols. I don't think they're going to replicate that with this particular round. They've only got PT50s and Glocks. It's usually when the Tech 9, the CZ, the Deagles come out. That's when things become problematic. But for now, Faze Clan, they're looking incredibly sharp, I have to say, as we enter round number 10. Back on that single AWP setup, actually. So unable to recover the secondary AWP as we get into this one. Will be Nico boosted up, of course. Same position. We used to call that Shroud. I guess maybe we still should. And kind of immortalize him, potentially.
Yeah, it will always be a forever Shroud in our hearts and minds. Here we go. G2. 4 players down in middle. MBK, he just loves his squeaky door, and I think it's because that way he can get close to the aforementioned position just on the outside of it. But Karrigan's fighting some good damage in through Squeaky. The rest of the gang slowly but surely pushing up through highway. Got to try and be fast. Spotted out now by Karrigan. Nico up on the boost. Normally you're very vulnerable from highway on this position, but not when you've got an M4 and everyone else is naked, and you're Nico as he takes 3. Completely annihilates them there, mops up the anti-eco round there for Faze, and that will be an 8-2 scoreline. 6 rounds ahead. It's utter domination right now from Faze.
Yeah, just looking very comfortable. Everyone seems to be fragging. GuardiaN a bit quiet to begin with, but now he's starting to get warmed up as well. Karrigan and Nico has been such a deadly duo towards the A bomb side. I've been enjoying that quite a lot. It seems like their setups are very nice. They're changing it up every single round, different variations of it as well, dropping an AWP in there every now and then. It doesn't seem like G2 have a response right now. Normally, a great side on Cash especially. I think they've always been very good at this map, and Shoxy definitely has a decent understanding of it, can work out what he has to do. They've got Smiths on the comms as well, trying to help them out, but so far, not really causing a dent with the rifles whatsoever. The pistols have the only rounds that have bared fruit for them, and we'll see. After this pause, if they can work things out, Harry, the buy's starting to come in here. We can see AK-47s, Kenny S with the AWP, of course, and MBK and Body yet to buy, but it will be a full buy round. Having a look at the utility they've got available to them. It's not the best, but certainly not the worst. They still get the 4 AK-47s and Kenny S with the AWP. The problem is he does not have head armor or any nades. So we'll see if he can have some hard-hitting action, potentially towards the mid area, but holding towards B storage for now. That's an audacious push from Karrigan, I have to say, but down he goes. Shoxy will take that all day long.
Yeah, Reyna almost looking curious over here on B as to what holds in store. If he does go adventuring, GuardiaN's going to be there holding it with the AWP. Shox being tagged away. Has to be careful because olof doesn't have time for anything that lands between them. It's going to be able to find some decent damage. That nade sadly doesn't connect. What a way to finish it off that would have been, but Damage has been done in return. Shox hasn't even seen a man yet, with the exception of Carrigan, and he's been tagged down 18 HP. And now, while G2, they're going to have their hands forced a little bit here as to start to try and make their mind up. Still got time left to come to that decision. Rain's rotated in over in middle, once again boosting up on this A-bomb site. It's Nico. The man advantage is up here for G2, and they're taking this so incredibly slowly. They don't want to try and allow Faze to pull it back. Instead, they're going to turn their attention now out towards mid. olof and Rain, they're the two players tasked with trying to hold this back. Kenny finds the first. olof hits the deck, and now we should see G2 start to try and push on the back of it, unless GuardiaN stands in their way, which he will. Gonna drop body, now puts the pressure on the rest of G2 to try and open this up from vents.
Well then, a chance for Rain to come and backstab here as he takes down Kenny S. 3-on-3. Shoxy low HP as well. They'll be finishing up towards the B. Bombs up, and Nico, he finds MBK once again trying to sneak towards A. Now it's a 2 versus 1. Shoxy, low HP, surely can't do anything in this situation. I think the player in towards Checkers has to be very careful here, considering his teammate is rotating in from far away, but he decides to push. Can't deny the plant just yet, but still wants to find that frag. Shoxy, known to be very good in the clutches, can't deliver today, and it's Rain. Nice timing there. Isolate his opponent, knowing he was low HP as well. Manages to take him down. You can see Nico desperately trying to get the orb, and his teammate will not defuse for now. Just going to allow him to run around and collect it. Go back to that double orb setup, which is working so nicely. But Harry, that was a 5-on-3 situation. They got the first 2 picks there, and G2, once again, they seem to be focused on MBK backstabbing towards the A side of the map, and it's worked once with the Deagles, but then if he's just with his teammates, he could have refragged and actually done something about that situation, and Nico was boosted once again. He's finding so many frags from that shroud position. He takes down MBK, and then Shoxy left at 10 HP. Couldn't really do much about that. Isolate on the bomb site. Down he goes. It's 9-2. Bomb planted. And have they forced into this? They have not. This is a partial buy, so there'll be maximum loss bonus next round. As long as you keep the money around the 2K mark, you can afford to invest some weaponry, but a nice adaptation here from Faze. First time we've seen them go hyper-aggressive here towards the A side of the map. They do push in. Nico leading the charge, and that's quite the scary prospect when he's got an AK-47 in his hands.
3 players for G2 now residing in Squeaky. They're multiplying as now they're going to come pushing on out. Nico just sprays them down. He's going to be on 2, sorry. Bit preemptive. MBK and Shoxy pull 2 back. We're into the 3-on-3. It's Shox up from Highway, looking to try and make all the difference, which he will. Drops the lone defender within the site, and now it's Rain and GuardiaN who can make all the difference as they come soaring in. Rain finds the first, and GuardiaN takes a second. It's all left onto MBK, the man who's played Squeaky every round, currently resides in main. It's unfamiliar territory as he looks to try and clutch this out in the 1v2. They have smokes, they have incendiaries to keep him at bay. And they're going to smoke it off, try and stick this. Damage being done. They're chiming bullets back, just going to be sticking the defuse. GuardiaN's not a very good bullet shield right now. MBK goes charging in, and there's no time left. It will be another 4 Faze. Closest G2 have come to winning a round in a while. But that once again was with pistols.
They're very good at the pistols, but to be fair, Shoxy had the AK-47 there, and that can always be a very deadly prospect. Pushing into a bomb site player like Shoxy as well, you give him an inch, he's going to take a mile. He finds 2 kills with it, but G2, I was about to say, he had to win a gun round if they had won that one. That would have been 3 rounds, well, I guess including the pistol 2, that they've picked up with 4 spies. But here we go then, Nico back on the AWP. And GuardiaN, of course, he's towards the B bomb side. Looks like a decent nade, doesn't do a ton of damage, but another adjustment of the CTs. They wanted to boost up a bit. He's flirting with the idea. Carrigan falls off A, leaving Nico alone on the A bomb side, but for now, they will not go for the boost. And we'll have a look at the setup at G2, like you said. Nico in the previous allowed himself to get the maximum loss bonus, but once again, Kenny S with head armor. That makes him quite vulnerable to the M4s. 1 bullet will take him down. And another default setup here. Kenny S holding middle, waiting for the smoke to dissipate and hopefully find the next pick, but it's GuardiaN. Was that pretty smoke? It looked kind of dirty to me.
He just actually picked round into Checkers to find the first. And Carrigan will be found over a middle. That's the equalizer. Apex, he'll take that in his stride as he's able to mop up Nico as well over on quad. So they've turned it around. Put us back into a 3-on-3. Bomb started to make its way through vents. Rain is just waiting in the corner, though, playing the close angle. Right now, they're expecting it's GuardiaN. Primed and waiting over in B. olof finds Apex in middle. 2v3. They're not going to check the corner. It allows Rain to farm up the first and the second. He drops both of those G2 players. They didn't check the angle, and you know, you were saying about how silly mistakes could show.
Yeah.
And that is definitely one of them.
Yeah, there's been a lot of angles missed, and did they have to drop another orb? There was an orb Rain could have picked up there. And I think got a bit excited with clutching the round, and I had to buy one. But it's fine. He has plenty of money, and we're at the closing seconds anyway. So I guess it's not really a huge deal. But still, it's 11-2 for FaZe. They've shown up in spades here today, I have to say. G2 looking quite flat. They haven't won a single gun round. They've won the pistol, Harry, and one force buy. That's it. That's all they've got to...
They didn't even win
no, they didn't win the pistol. They won the second round force buy. So they've won 2 force buys. That's it. Okay, whoa. Let's hope they can show up. Here we go. Kenny S with a shot to take down Carrigan.
Yeah, could that be the second win they needed? It's Kenny to open up, close in middle. Olof, the man they haven't really been able to deal with, just waiting in the wings for G2 to come walking on out. GuardiaN going to take some aggression over on B. Kenny still holding middle, this bomb waiting. MBK, guess where he is? Revolutionary strategy as he waits.
Don't flash your teammates.
Squeaky.
That's not going to work out for you.
Full flash down in mid. And, well, Kenny, I mean, he spied the man over on sandbags. Nico has to really try to survive here. Shox comes in, rains death from above. And they're going to try this Vents play once again. GuardiaN this time is waiting for it. Misses the first shot. Damage done. Oh, Olof tries pushing out through the smoke there. Gets caught out in the open. And that's Kenny with 2. This could be what it takes for them to pick this round up. Rain, last man left, has to go huge. And he goes nowhere as he drops out on the A bomb site. GuardiaN's the last man left. 1v5. He's got himself the AWP though and might just opt to save.
Yeah, I think he probably
I imagine he would.
Yeah, well, there it is. I don't mind that playing Olof just to state what happened there. So it's a 5-on-3 situation. He's isolated behind a smoke, and when you drop a smoke like that, a lot of terrorists will consider that to be like a force field, and no one's ever going to push it, right? So the idea is if he pushes through, like, what would be considered, I guess, a stupid play. Most people's because no one's going to be expecting that. So he tries to go through, get a decent timing there, but it's Kenny S. A little bit too aware that round and takes him down. 2 frags for him. He opened things up, of course, from that white box area. He took down Carrigan. And that's better. That's what we expect in the default rounds. Play like Kenny has to devour his opponents, just finding opening picks and managing to find those plays for his team. So there it is, the first gun round coming in for G2. It will be 11-3 overall, and they'll have plenty of money, of course, for the last round, considering they have all 5 players alive. But a similar story for FaZe as well. They should have no issues buying here. It's not amazing, and goes to show that every little mistake does count in CSGO. We discussed that Rain getting carried away with that big clutchy one, didn't pick up the secondary AWP, then he had to drop one for his teammate. They're still fine, but I think that they'll have to make some sacrifices here. Nico. Okay, it's okay. So it is Nico's without the incendiary. That's about as bad as it gets. Same story with GuardiaN as well, but they're fine. As we go to round number 15 here, back on that double AWP setup.
Yeah, it's an early boost in through middle. Kenny waiting for that Molotov to finish up, and then he can take this peak. Carrigan actually going to start to go aggressive. Olof's going to be found early, and now that leaves Carrigan high and dry down in mid. He's able to take the first, ducking and weaving through the smoke, flashes himself out. Apex is wise to the fact and does manage to get the trade, keeps the advantage in favor of G2. They got themselves the bomb as well. Got to fall back and pick that up early. Leaving Kenny to watch for anything out in mid. GuardiaN has rotated in. It's going to be the clash of the titans here. The 2 players we were very excited to see meet, finally going to do so. Both of them locked down mid. Apex starting to rotate around with this bomb. MBK switch things up. This time he's in main. But they're just taking it slow.
It's getting very tense now. You can see the G2 are anticipating a reaction from the CT. That would be quite common. There it is. Trying to get some information there. Lucky to be alive. That's GuardiaN, as he did pick towards middle with the AWP, but knows Kenny S has the advantage now. You can see all of G2 is holding up for any sort of aggressive plays, and there it is, another one. They are reading FaZe like a book right now, and they know FaZe are hungry for information. They can't hold off bomb sites, a full execution against 4 people. Rain has to find a pick there. He pulls back, ready to drop an incendiary to buy him a little bit more time. That could work out if he gets the timing right on this one. Could take him down to about 15 seconds.
Yeah, became off some Nico out on A, but now GuardiaN, he chimes in with one from heaven as he rains death down. They're going to rotate, but there's so little time left.
They should be just about fine, I think. No, they probably won't be.
Oh, it's going to be so close.
No, they can't do it.
Yeah, I did.
It's over. It's done. The ref's called it.
No, G2, no, you can try, but that's Apex. Good
Another
thinking.
round. They've done that. Well, that's a little bit unfortunate, I have to say. It will be 12-3, a sloppy game to say the best from G2. I'm not too impressed with that. It's quite common for T-Harps to actually run away with it. So we'll see what happens there. It's not looking good for G2, but if they can win the pistol, they're certainly the sort of team that can sink their teeth into this map. We'll see what happens. We are getting ready for the pistol here. I'll have a look at the buys, especially for the T-side as well. 3 sets of armor so far, and GuardiaN's got the Desert Eagle, as we'll probably jump on board with him and see what he can do. Carrigan with the smoke and Molotov, and indeed GuardiaN heads towards middle, hungry for blood as he heads out here.
Yeah, Yeah, looking to try and find the first, lining this up, misses the beginning shot, still tries to continue his tirade out in mid, but doesn't find anything on the back of it. Kenny still holding here. Start taking these peeks out, GuardiaN. A bit rusty with the dig immediately. He's actually going to lose his life dead in the USP peek from Kenny. More work still left to do. Kenny doesn't get much done. It's olof to go ahead and push out from B. Catches Apex, who've gone aggressive, and that's the B bomb site. Almost opened up. Two players have rotated in, but no one within the site means one of these smokes is enough to lock it down. They'll block off CT. They drop Kenny. And now we're going to find ourselves in the 2v3. MBK and Body, the last two players remaining here for G2. And they're going to have to step up in a very big way. That bomb goes down, MBK. Oh, Nico. Execution. olof finishes that off. And Faze, they've got themselves the 13th. This round was pretty much, this whole game, sorry, is pretty much won or lost in the pistol for G2.
It was. They had to win that to stand in a real chance here. But Harry, they do get a force buy in the second round.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Let's not get too carried away just yet. We know what they can do with the pistols. Pretty much all they've won this game as rounds with the pistols. So Faze are aware of that. They bring 3 AKs here. They're not too worried about the utility usage. You want to make sure they have firepower. Actually, 4 rifles in total. Karrigan on the UMP. I think you just want to group up here, try and challenge the range at the beginning, and then go together as a simple formation. Smoke towards highway, perhaps. Just get in there and go for refrags. And by themselves, they want to give these frags away to the Deagles. But all of a sudden, 3 frags out of nowhere. It's Karrigan busting out the squeaky door and mowing his opponents down. It's going to be Apex and MBK left in an impossible situation. Bomb being planted. And well done by Faze. And there it is. The pistol prowess of MBK coming in once again, taking down Karrigan. olof Meister chimes in with another frag. It's just going to be MBK. An interesting player this game, I have to say. He's cost his team a few rounds, I would say, with that backstabbing and not really being with them, but he's also won them a couple with great timings of finding picks in the back as well. So it's been a bit of a double-edged sword, I would say.
Yeah, it's weird, right? It feels like he's trying to make some sort of, transition it into that lurk role, and it just goes to show you how hard it is to get it exactly right, because there's a fine line between just baiting the hell out of your team for a couple of frags at the end or, a successful lurk. And he's had a couple of rounds, like you said, where some promise has been shown, but I think there has been a good handful as well, where the frags he's got, while he does get a couple, are just so low impact it doesn't matter.
Well, I think this is another force buy from G2, a little bit desperate at this point. They know they're 1 round away from match point, and it's going to be a frag, though. Back and forth towards the squeaky door area. Nico gets 1, but Body in return, and this could be the end of the game. We're going to see a 4-on-3 situation. It's at the Body. He's got the AK-47. Still towards squeaky door, though, and they'll plant on the other side of the bomb site, locking him out with the smoke as well. It's up to MBK. Not able to do anything with that situation. Now they know exactly where Body is, and Apex coming from A main somehow finds olof Meister. Yeah,
now we're back into the 2-on-2. They know where Body is, they know where Apex is, they have the information on both of these players.
Good Molotov.
Body's got a kit. That Molotov going to keep him at base. And, but Body turns this back into a possibility. Rain in the 1v2. Waiting over at MBK, trying to hold the angle. They come pushing out. Body's gone down. Rain in the 1v1 versus Apex, and he's playing it around the smoke. Gonna come walking out. Rain didn't see him, but then he flicks onto him at the last minute and picks that up for Faze. They're gonna go 15-3, and all on the back of one man there at the end. Gets the 2v1 and carries them through to match point here in the first map.
Well, well, well. A little bit exciting there, especially from Body, I have to say, but still, I enjoyed the round. That was quite cool. As we get into round number 4, has to be a force buy once again. It's not looking great. And we'll see what happens as we enter potentially the final round here, Harry. Let's see whether they can do anything about it. Doesn't look like it. 5-on-3. And it should be quite a simple procedure for Faze.
Just a flat-out execution. MBK is the last man left once again in a 1v5. Can't get anything done, and that will be this new Faze lineup to win out this match. A tremendous, overwhelming victory for them.
I've enjoyed myself, Harry. What do we think about this Faze team for now? They look like they're coming out hot, but it's difficult to gauge too much, because unfortunately G2, I have to say, they didn't really arrive there. No one